Hello and welcome back. I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more EU4 with, oh hey, yeah, that's right, knowledge sharing. We should offer knowledge sharing if possible. England doesn't want it because do they already have it? They must, no, they don't already have it. Why don't you want knowledge sharing from me, bro? Just because I lack Diplo rep? Because of annexed subjects? Really? When does that expire? 1530, January, so 6 months. Temporarily switch to a Diplo rep advisor, we could do it. Huh. We don't have one though. When are we going to attack Denmark? Yeah, soon. Quote unquote. The Knights decided to cancel the Condottieri contract. So, just out of fun, for fun, let's just go look at the Knights' economic situation. We probably bankrupted them. Oh no, they only have one loan, amazing. So, that contract worked out pretty well for them. I do think that we have lowish manpower now, so we'll hold on to this army and actually go siege down the Wargle with Demon Bruin. We have probably enough war score to separate peace. You have just so many forts, my god. I don't like it, Burgundy. 69 war score, we just want to get this truce started, so money and war reps, that's all we want from Burgundy. And then we can go unsiege this. Actually, it looks like we should probably... Look at this. Savoy's got a 15 stack. Pretty impressive, considering he's got 2 provinces. Got a lot of reformed zealots. I feel like we have too many edicts on right now. Do we have edicts? We shouldn't? Yes. Institution spread edict doesn't need to be here. Dev cost edict we want to turn off in October. These states are very small, so it's probably advantageous to run the trade power edict here. Not gonna do the math on it, but I'm pretty sure. There goes Savoy's army. Congrats, Savoy. I don't want to suffer attrition on the march over. Our army is a little bit too large for our force limit, and we're leaving the area where we could have the 6 bonus with our artillery. So let's do ourselves a favor, create a template. We're just do like a standard siege stack template with no cav, and then we can just very easily press T, grab it, pull it off. So they'll go take care of that fort. These guys can come back up here. Again, I want Arch Mill on the siege though, so he can maybe pick up a trait. Alexarin, you can come up and suppress troubles. We've got Dithmarschen nobles at 80% again. This is all stemming from the fact that the burghers are pieces of shit and are always mad about everything. They're just always mad. Lazy diplomat, thank you. Alright, so peace situation's looking better. Utrecht won't exist. Cleves we're accepting being on the list. There's 2 that we're willing to have on the list. Cleves and Austria. We need to get the Palatinate, Würzburg, and Alsace to drop off. The Palatinate... Okay, so Savoy's already off the list. Let's not worry about improving with him. We'll do Alsace and Palatinate right now. So, great power influence on the Palatinate for 10 gold. Alsace, I think we have already influenced. I think we have not sent them an actual regular gift yet. So let's do that. The reason we're doing this in that order is because the closer we get them to 0, the better we are at improving relations. So I started off with subsidies first, which takes the longest amount of time, but gives opinion at the same rate regardless of their current opinion. Now that we've got them close to 0, we'll start doing regular improved relations, which will be more effective than if we started improving relations and then did the great power influence sent gift after the fact. Make sense? Alright, so... I'm not worried about Call for Peace, because we've got ridiculous war exhaustion reduction. We've got Defender of the Faith, Kind-Hearted, and Optimism. So, we can stay at war for a long time. Not to mention its primary culture that we're going to core, so... Okay, Würzburg was the other guy. Where's Würzburg again? You. We're already influencing. We do have money, so let's send a gift. We should also do a great part influence on our subject, because he's a little bit more expensive, but the trust that we can get, we have 60 trust. This will build up 1 per year on the January tick. We can hasten that, right? We can get 5 extra right now, so that he just is easier to keep under control. And theoretically, we could already start demanding trade and taking his money from Venice, but I think we don't. I think we do, however, build a fort for him. You don't have building slots. How dare you have no building slots? What junk have you built? Barracks, church, you built a marketplace in Parma and in Brescia. There's no trade thing, dude. Why you do this? Why do you do this? I don't like it. Alright, let's see where we're at here again. Alright, so Alsace is the one that we want to improve the most, I think, right now. And also probably Würzburg. We'll just go to the 28th. And then we'll get both these improved relations going. Trying to get control of our own fort. Suffering disease outbreaks, naturally. Hey, look! Gain stab. So, this comes from Reamer Koster. So we know that we can't get production efficiency free stab anymore, but it's pretty good. There was an edict to revoke? Thank you, yes. It's just a small amount of cash, but Annex subjects just expired, which means if Mr. England doesn't have the institution, he should accept knowledge sharing. In fact, quite a few people would. England would end up with a monthly deficit, evidently. You would expect offering knowledge would, like, make them like you, but it doesn't really. We'll offer knowledge to Frankfurt, because why not? Alright, it's been a January tick. We're down to just Cleves, who actually is, despite his large size and rivalry, possibly able to be kept out. Würzburg, Platnet, Alsace. Würzburg, Platnet, Alsace. Take on foreign debt. Okay. I'm willing to pay for this. 200 ducats. 200 opinion. It's pretty good. Why not? Sure, whatever. That also gives trust. So, took on debt, plus 200. Alright, Platinum, you better not be on that list anymore. That's right. That leaves Würzburg and Alsace. They both might have loans as well. Yeah, 30 ducats. Sure, we'll do that. Würzburg, they have no debt. We'll do regular improve. Breslau fell. We're not using our artillery on this siege, just the mercs, so it fell fast anyway. Been paying for this fort. Let's just mothball it. It's a capital fort, so. We can either go down to no maintenance, or we can drill. I think drill makes the most sense when you have a strong economy. Dithmarschen nobles are nearly unwilling to revolt. Zealand, Den Haag. We've got autonomy decrease, local power vacuum, Republican traditions low, friendly troop production. Situation where maybe we switch back to that national unrest guy briefly. I think so. No more rebels, please. How convenient would it be if you could just, like, check the peace deal without having to constantly pull people back just to see where you're at? Alright, so that's where we want to be. The rules for coalition forming is that at least 4 countries have to be eligible. And there are only 2, so they can't form a coalition even if they wanted to. We can annex Utrecht now. Get that core started. The fort is in a location that I don't think we actually need. 8 fortresses. We only have 319 devs, so we need about 7 forts. I think we'll just delete the one in Utrecht. It's farmland, I don't really like it. It doesn't cover any ground that we don't already have covered. We've got one in Gelre, got one in Den Haag. I kind of want one in my capital, but it's protected by the other locations. Okay. Cicero, thank you for your sub. What is the dev to fort relation? 50 development per fort, and the reason why is because it gives you army tradition from forts, which you'll notice we only have 1 fully maintained army tradition from forts. We've got some innovativeness, that's it, and yet we're at 96.7% army tradition, which is why we have these. So I'm pretty emphatic about this. To anyone who says you shouldn't run forts, that's old. That's bad information. You should run forts. They're real good. I highly recommend you run forts. 1 per 50 development. I do pretty much every campaign now. And I think that because we're so close to that aggressive expansion cap, I think we're gonna just disband the merc. Well, maybe we keep the mercs and rent them out as condottieri. We just drill with this stack. Can we get rid of the rebels with just the mercs suppressing? No. Munster decided to break their alliance with us. Well, yeah, it's just, you know, it's like a 100-year relationship. Well, you know, can't be friends forever, I guess. Well, let's get this suppression situation dealt with, and then we'll condottieri out. Flory and I have had quite a few discussions about it. We both play in different ways. However, what was it? Just the other day, people were saying that Flory Wari was building buildings and building boats, and then Arumba was taking out loans and building cav, and both playstyles, like, it's not like there's only one proper playstyle. Both of our playstyles have merit, and we definitely have rubbed off on each other. Flory hates forts. I think he still does generally hate them, but if you watch the Mongol campaign that he and I did together, for the end of the campaign, there were multiple times where he had to admit, well, it's pretty convenient that we have that fort there. He'd be taking out loans to hire mercs or something. Meanwhile, I'd be trying to pay off the loans, and then sometimes I'd take out loans to build forts that he had deleted. Flory deletes forts, but his playstyle is more aggressive, so he gets more army tradition from wars. I wouldn't say that I don't get a lot of army tradition from wars. I get a lot of army tradition from wars. Of course, he also likes to take things like defensive ideas, so I probably get more army tradition from sieges. Gain autonomy in Zealand and gain base tax in Amsterdam is fine. We don't want the morale of armies penalty. The Council of Potenza. Right, whatever. Blaze like real mad about something. We are still at war. We're just sitting waiting for the core now. It's not really costing us anything being in the war though, because we've got, well, like no penalties. So that being said, maybe we should just get rid of the monarchs. Nobles have seized power. Huh. So I'm guessing, yeah, he only has 1 province and it's controlled by the nobles, and he's just too dumb to do anything about it. Funny. Of course, he couldn't do anything about it because it was occupied. Lose Republican tradition to gain some money? I think yes. We got to do 1 re-election, and we're about to do another one in like 16, 18 months, something like that. I think that we can time it so that we get at least 1 more re-election. If we go into the monarchy phase of this campaign with a 4-6-4, I'd be pretty happy with that. So we'll seize the money. Got some Catholic zealots in Milan, I'm fine with that. They can just be zealots. And it's January, so we can take tech without penalty. You have the Defender of the Faith penalty. That's sort of annoying. Pass the Potpourri Act. All right, sweet. Now that we have the institution, I think just in case I will take this. State firearm regiments is almost never worth it, unless you have a crazy good economy, in which case maybe. But the problem is that you care more about the professionalism than the drill. So if this decision, if instead of land maintenance plus 15, army drill gain plus 40, if it said land maintenance plus 15, army professionalism gain from drill plus 40, I would always turn it on. But because of the fact that it only affects the army drill gain, I don't think that it's worth it. Because you lose the drills so quickly to battles and to sieges and just moving around. Even just walking through enemy land, you lose drill. Heck, even just standing still, you lose drill if you're not currently drilling. So then again, we're rich, so I guess we'll turn it on. And rebels are low enough that I'm just going to start drilling again. And we have another 8 force limits, so let's get some more regular infantry. Just drain that manpower pool like crazy. As soon as this core is done, we'll do our piece. And since I'm being lazy now, we'll just have our diplomat improve with outraged countries. That way we don't have to think about it. It doesn't target the right way. It's not as good at it as I am. It'll target countries that it has absolutely no chance of making not hate you. Or it'll target countries that aren't willing to join a coalition against you, for example. Or countries that already have a huge amount of improved relations and aren't close to zero, so it's not as effective as if you were improving with somebody else. But it's less work. So that's why we're turning it on. Yeah, there are some positives to the army drill that are worthwhile. The movement speed is one of the ones I like the most. A fully drilled army has 20% movement speed bonus, which is shockingly strong. Right, exactly, CAG. They wait till plus 100 relation. I've talked about this before, but the proper way, the way that it should work, is that when you set a diplomat to improved with outraged countries, it should automatically be reevaluating on at least a semi-annual basis, if not monthly. It should be retracting the diplomats, targeting the countries that are outraged, that are closest to zero, to maximize the efficacy of the improved relations. It shouldn't be just picking a target and staying there until it gets all the way to the cap, because that's not effective. It's not efficient. Alliance with Saxony worth it? Well, we can't do an alliance right now because we're in an offensive war, but we could. Some major wars going on over here. I don't really think we want to worry too much about alliances anymore. Now that we have full influence, I want to just go real wide with subjects. As you can see, you know, we just lost our ally of 100 years because he's a dick. Just decided he didn't want to be our friend anymore. A jerk, right? Okay, so we're gonna start catching up on Diplo now. We'll stay focused on Dip until we are caught up, and then probably switch over to whatever we're gonna do next. It's a nice event that you can only get while you're at war. The reason is just sit at war. That was the core sound. It's time for peace. Let's improve over the annual tick. Then we'll come back. Peace out with Savoy. We're not gonna do anything down here. We could force religion on them, just because. Cool. Alright, so we're at peace. We're at peace. We're ahead of time on tech. Aside from the burgers being pissed, everything's looking pretty good. I didn't bump trust, that's true. I could have. And also I should have kept his opinion higher, but it's mostly because he's Catholic and we became Protestant, and his opinion, I think his opinion went below -50 or something, which is dumb. Alright, so how about that achievement, eh? We need to, like, go and attack Denmark. Okay, skilled diplomat, gain diplo relations +1 or 50 diplo points. We're behind time on tech. We actually don't need relations right now. We actually have 2 relations open at the moment. Just take the monarch points. Try to get caught up on tech quicker. God, this stupid French thing, man. Look at this, he's still sitting there, just not actually making progress. This is such a weird bug. 0 out of 5,267. So Castile's tying up one of his diplomats permanently, for no reason, even though he can't actually integrate him. Is Sweden free? No, Sweden's... They're loyal again. We had supported both France and Sweden's independence, but then they wouldn't declare. So, let's just take a look and see if maybe there's a chance we can possibly just beat these guys. Maybe Castile will get into a bad war soon or something. Otherwise... I don't know. Gained a little bit of naval force limit. Are we supporting France? We can't. We should. We should be able to. Wait, what? It actually updated. French opinion about Dithmarschen -1000, but rebellious attitude. He's actually rebellious. He has been friendly. We've commented on this multiple times lately. He's been 100% disloyal, but friendly, which makes no sense. So he's finally willing. All right, by all means, let's improve with France and try to support rebels again, or support independence again. All right, below 50. Let's get some of these negative events. We're 464. We'll take it. It's decent enough, I think. Ideally, he'd be a 666, but neither Protestant nor Catholic. Protestant neighbors reach out, or Bremen's opinion of us goes down. Protestant preachers are not the only ones to stand up against the Catholic Church. Scholars from different movements. I don't know this event. What does this one do? I'm guessing it could potentially make Bremen like us. Spawns a Reformed faith. No, Reformed is already spawned. Reformed is present in Memmingen, it's present in Frankfurt, and it's present in Bremen. It's like money for opinion? Well, I don't care about their opinion. They spread lies. The fools. Oh, are we actually over the land force limit right now? Alright, let's get rid of one of these guys. So, we are a great power. Is there any chance anyone wants to accept vassalization? Yes. People are small and weak and want to just become our vassals now. Say something else, but I didn't. So, I mean, I want to build up my spy network on Denmark because we, theoretically want to attack him again. This guy is willing to right now, but he's about to double in development, so I expect he'll probably not want to do it. We could integrate Milan in 33. I don't really like his land very much. And I never got to build a fort in his territory. The thing keeps flashing at me, so it's time for a short break if you're watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, I'll be back in a few minutes on Twitch. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.